Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another video for you guys. This is not a reaction. Clearly, this is not a reaction. This is what I call a rewatch, where I rewatch a certain scene from a movie or a TV show. We just have fun, watch the clip, the scene, whatever, and we just discuss and have fun, and that's really what it is. So, not a reaction, clearly, a rewatch video. Today, as you guys can already tell, I'm checking out Crisis on Infinite Earth's Justice League scene, as they're calling it. They can't use the word Justice League, but we know it's Justice League. But you get my point. But I call this really the Earth Prime Heroes United scene or whatever towards the end of Part 5 of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And the reason why I'm checking out this scene is, to me, this is something I have been hoping to see for years in the Arrowverse. They finally pulled it off. I even theorized back when they announced Arrow was ending after Season 8 and they had Crisis on Infinite Earths already confirmed. I had a theory that they were going to end this crossover with the Justice League formed or a team formed in honor of Oliver, and I was right. But they just can't call Justice League. But we know it is. But anyways, this is a really cool scene. I'm going to let it play. I might pause a little bit here and there to kind of talk my thoughts, whatever. But I really like how this scene plays out. And I just love how they ended it this way. And I'm really hoping that we see this team for the next crossover, which is confirmed for Batwoman and Superman and Lois. I know it's only 2 shows, but at least get all these characters back in a sense, right? I mean, I don't know about Batwoman, but you get my point. Oh, Kane thing, yeah, well, that's another video entirely. But anyways, let's get into it and check out the Justice League scene. We know it's Justice League. But the Team Heroes United Earth Prime scene. Let's go.
Thanks for saving us, Oliver.
I'm glad they brought this back.
Give us hope again.
The warehouse.
I have hope again. I'll never forget you.
And I'm glad Kara, Barry, and Sarah spoke. I mean, everybody could have spoke, but it makes sense for them 3.
Thanks for believing in me, even when I didn't. You had this way of bringing out the very best in all of us. I'm gonna miss you, man.
Well, pause before Sarah comes up and gives her her speech. I feel like Oliver made such an impact. I mean, besides the fact that him and Spectre recreated the multiverse, which is a big thing, which, as of right now, as I'm recording this video, the heroes on Earth Prime do not know of the multiverse. Barry, later on, after Crisis or whatever, within an episode of Season 6, mentioned how there's no multiverse or whatever. Like, he just mentioned it. And people are like, well, he's right. No, he's not. The multiverse is recreated. They weren't aware exactly of it. No one can detect it right now. But Oliver has made such a change. And I'm glad that my theory stuck, because I had that theory, like I mentioned, about how his sacrifice and what he does brings forth the Justice League, essentially. And this is what it is. And it's crazy to think that it's his death caused this, but as we'll see later with him having a chair at the table, he made a huge impact. And if it wasn't for him, none of this would be happening right now. None of this stuff would be happening. I'm glad that Sarah spoke last, too.
Lost a lot of people that I love. But I never imagined my life without you in it. You're always there for me. And now, only you changed my fate for the better. Thank you.
Music.
I never met Oliver, but he must have been a good dude. Why'd you choose a condemned building?
What?
What?
No.
He's like,
This
what?
is not a condemned building. No, listen, this is an old Star Labs research facility that nobody uses. And what's even better, no one knows it exists.
Good for you.
No, good for us.
Good for
I figured
you.
we could all use
It's
this
kind of weird seeing
together.
Ruby there.
Anything ever happens again.
It's a great idea, Barry.
Superman?
It's a better option
You love that,
than you all
Superman.
dropping by the DEO.
Why do we even need it? I mean, how often does the world almost come to an end?
Almost every year. Close.
Oh, it's like that.
Don't worry, I was in your kid last year.
All right, listen, I haven't even showed you guys the best part yet. Ready?
I love how Kara's so excited for this. Now, I've tried to look. Maybe I've missed something, but I don't think that logo on the table has been used before. I could be wrong, but maybe it has. I'm not really sure, but we just know they can't use Justice League.
Should have lived with that, bro.
Yeah. Not bad.
I love it.
It's perfect.
Now, who made the chairs? Who made the table? Now, I saw some people online. The scenes. I'll just talk a little bit here. So, All of Them United. That's great. Some people were thinking that Mia was going to show up there because the chair is there, but I don't think no one's gonna sit in that chair. I don't think. I could be wrong. The Justice League. They can't use the word, but you get my point. That's the Justice League. See, at first I was confused on this,
Pest control.
but yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Some people were thinking, is this hinting at the Wonder Twins? You know, like what, like exactly just a little tease? Or something like that? I don't honestly know. I don't honestly know about if it's a real tease for something. It's cool. So, I want to go back to the quick shot of the table. Just to kind of hold there. Just pause right time. Yeah. So, it's a really good scene. And I think that it sets up a lot of potential. With the thing of the tribute for Oliver, I was thinking about this as I rewatched the scene a little bit a couple days ago when I posted on Twitter part of this scene or whatever, and how I was like really happy this scene exists within the Arrowverse. Like there's actually a team now, you know? That if someone else was to die, are they going to get a memorial tribute little thing like Oliver? My guess would be yes. It's crazy to think how far we've come. Now, we can sit here and debate all day about how they handled Crisis. For me, I'm personally working on trying to build a video that's gonna, take some time, but essentially rethink Crisis and not in the sense of rewrite scripts or whatever, but just like how I would have handled Crisis, but not overbloat it. But like, I feel like with this scene, they ended on a really good note because it has these characters coming together from different shows, different types of heroes coming together. The only thing that really kind of makes this scene a little strange at the moment is because of Ruby Rose leaving Batwoman, and we hope they're going to recast Kate Kane at some point, whether that's going to be really soon or whatever. But right now, this whole Justice League thing, this whole team thing, it's not exactly complete because we don't have a Kate. Once they recast Kate Kane, then things will be better for this team. Also, the fact that, Superman is there, the fact that we thought, we were under the understanding Superman was never going to appear in the Arrowverse. Then as soon as Supergirl moves over from CBS for its first season, then it moves over to CW, they bring him on immediately. The premiere in the second episode of season 2, Superman appears. And the fact that they've brought in Batwoman, gotta recast. We have all these characters. We're just missing a few characters that we would like to see within this, which is Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, of course Batman. But they're making do with who they can use, and that's okay. But I feel like they really handled this scene pretty well. And the little tease there at the end, I don't know if they're teasing really Wonder Twins, but you never know. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But from here, things are uncertain due to everything going on in the world right now, and they're trying to figure out filming and schedules and all that kind of stuff. And then the fact that the showrunner Batwoman said in an interview that she didn't know about a crossover between Superman and Lois and Batwoman, the show, the two shows doing a crossover event. She had no idea about it until after it was put out in the reports, like in the news, that they were doing it. So she found out when everybody else did. It wasn't like she was told ahead of time that there's going to be a crossover event between your show and Superman and Lois. So start thinking of what you could do for those two shows, and because they're saying there might be other characters involved from other shows in the crossover, which makes sense. But you get my point. So there you have it, guys. That is the scene, and I really like the scene. I really do. But what do you guys think of the ending of Crisis in terms of how they ended it here with this team and forming the Justice League? They can't use the word, but you get my point. What do you think about it? Do you enjoy it? Do you wish it was different? Do you wish that Oliver was still alive? I mean, for me personally, I wish Oliver was still alive. My point. The only thing I can really add here before we end this is that my interview with Osric Chow, who played Ryan Choi during Crisis, did mention to me, because when I interviewed him after Crisis had ended, I interviewed him on the channel, and I asked him about Crisis and all that kind of stuff, of course, because that's what he was a part of, and that's what I wanted to ask about. But he mentioned that this scene had been changed because originally he had a chair, that there was going to be an Atom chair, and he was going to be in this scene. But they rewrote it due to the number of chairs at the table, and so it just would have been awkward, so they rewrote it. And so he's not included in it. So I don't know what that means for the future of Ryan Choi within the Arrowverse, but hopefully we'll see Osric again. Maybe. Who knows? But there you have it, guys. It's my rewatch of this scene. What you guys think of the scene? I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.